Hello people, today we are going to discuss a very important judgment, that is Ahmed Khan versus Shah Bano Begum. This case was decided on 23rd April 1985 and this is a really important case for us. In this video, we will understand the maintenance under Muslim law and then we'll understand Section 125 of Criminal Procedure Code and then we will understand this particular case. So, let us start by understanding what is maintenance under Muslim law. Under Muslim law, a Muslim man has certain obligations to maintain certain people like the wife, the children, parents and sometimes even the close relatives. But for this case, what is important is the maintenance of the wife. So, the maintenance of the wife can be divided under two heads. The first is during the continuation of the marriage and the second is after the dissolution of the marriage. During the continuation of a marriage, a Muslim man is bound to maintain his wife if she is loyal to him, faithful to him and allows him access at all the legal times. Further, maintenance after dissolution of marriage can be divided under two heads, that is, after divorce and after death. So, after the death of the husband, the family members are not bound to maintain the widow wife and the law of succession overrides the law of maintenance. Further, maintenance after divorce can be divided under two heads, that is, before the Shah Bano case and after the Shah Bano case. So, before the Shah Bano case, the husband was only bound to maintain the wife during the iddat period, that is, 3 months, 10 days. And if she is pregnant, then till delivery. And if the wife was an apostate or was involved in some kind of criminal activity, then the husband was not bound to maintain her. The Quran also talks about the maintenance of the wife during the iddat period, and it talks about a fair provision for the wife after marriage. So, these were the provisions of maintenance before the Shah Bano case. Now, let us see the section 125 of the Criminal Procedure Code and then we will understand the case. Section 125 of Cr.P.C. This is a new section in the Criminal Procedure Code. Before this, there was section 488, which talked about maintaining a wife only during the subsistence of the marriage. And if the man divorces her, she won't be a wife and therefore won't get any maintenance. But under section 125 of Cr.P.C, this was amended and the term wife was amended as to include both the married wife and the divorced wife until she is married. Section 125 is a secular provision and it applies to all the religions. But the condition here is that the husband should have proper means to support the wife. So now let us understand the Shah Bano case. Ahmed Khan was the appealing party who was a lawyer by profession, and this man married to Shah Bano Begum, who is the respondent. In 1975, when Shah Bano was 62 years old, she was disowned by her husband and was tossed out of her house together with her children. Further, she filed an appeal in the presence of Judicial Magistrate of Indore because she was abandoned from maintenance of Rs 200 per month. and this was the amount which was guaranteed by her husband to be provided to her. She demanded rupees 500 per month as maintenance. Subsequently, the husband gave her irrevocable triple talaq on November 6, 1978, and used it as a defense to not pay the maintenance. The magistrate in August 1979 directed the husband to pay an entirety of ₹25 per month as maintenance. Shah Bano in July 1908 made a plea to the High Court of Madhya Pradesh to change the sum of maintenance to ₹179 per month, and the High Court increased the maintenance to the said amount. And further, the same was challenged by the husband within the Supreme Court as a special leave petition to the High Court's decision. There were three major issues regarding this case. The first one was whether Section 125 is applicable on Muslim women or not. The second issue was whether a Muslim woman is entitled for maintenance after the divorce or not. And the third issue was whether dower or mahr is the amount to be payable on divorce or not. The verdict was given by Justice Chandrachud, and the appeal of Ahmed Khan was dismissed. The court said that the section of this code applies to all citizens irrespective of their religion, and therefore this section will apply to Muslims as well without any sort of discrimination. The court further stated that the section 125 overrides the personal laws if there is any conflict between the two. Therefore, it will be the husband's obligation to maintain the divorced wife if she is incapable to maintain herself. The Supreme Court held that even though the obligation of Muslim husband towards her divorced wife, according to old Muslim law, is restricted to the degree of iddat period, the wife will be given maintenance by the husband beyond the iddat period in the event that the wife does not have sufficient means to maintain herself. And the court further stated that this rule, according to Muslim law, was against humanity and is wrong because here a divorced wife was not in a condition to maintain herself. And in context of the dower, the court said that divorce is the farthest point at which the dower has to be given, and it is not an amount to be payable on divorce, and therefore the court divorced dower from divorce. Finally, after a long court procedure, the Supreme Court concluded that the husband's legal liability will come to an end if a divorced wife is competent to maintain herself, but this situation will be switched in the case when the wife is not in a condition to maintain herself. After the iddat period, she will be entitled to get maintenance or alimony under Section 125 of Cr.P.C. And the court even made mention of very many cases in this particular case. The court took a very long time in deciding this very historical case, as it keeps up the truth and faith of individuals in the judiciary. This judgment has marked the significance of maintenance which ought to be given to the divorced Muslim women who are not in a condition to earn and maintain themselves. The Shah Bano judgment pulled in a lot of opposition of it being against the provisions of Islamic law, but the Supreme Court passed an impartial judgment, and this even led to the enactment of Muslim Women Protection of Rights on Divorce Act of 1986.